Now moving on to legislative matters, the Senate has directed the arrest of the managing director of Julius Berger PLC for failing to appear before its committee of works to address issues surrounding the stalled Itu-Odukpani highway project. Senate President Godswill Akpabio made the announcement during the Thursday's plenary. The report.
The resolution came after a point of order raised by Senate Minority Whip Osita Ungu, who urged his colleague to approve an arrest warrant for the Julius Berger MD, citing repeated disregard for the Senate invitations.
The Senate recalled that in furtherance of the investigative hearings, Julius Berger Nigerian PLC has neglected and refused to honor invitations to provide details of their role in the Odukpani Itu highway project, despite receiving substantial public funds amounting to over 18 billion naira.
Several senators voiced their frustrations over Julius Berger Nigeria Limited's refusal to honor the Senate's request.
Julius Berger, even though they may have their origins outside this country, can never try what they are doing in Nigeria, in Germany or wherever in Europe they originate from. It behoves on this Senate that we establish and utilize the powers and the constitutional powers that are given to us to invite the gentleman, the managing director of Julius Berger, to appear before us so that we can look into this matter and give it the necessary conclusion. You will invite a minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some of them will not listen to the chairman of your committee, Mr. President. And enough is enough. We should query these ministers and ask Mr. President to drop them. How can a chairman of a committee be looking for a minister for 2-3 days, 4 days, they will not answer phone? So they are doing the same thing Julius Berger is doing. We have to use our powers. We approve the funds and we want to see value for money. We want to see economy. We want to see prudence in the way and manner our funds that we appropriated are utilized. And when there is need for signing a warrant, Mr. President, don't hesitate. We have to make example of some people and some institutions. I submit, sir, that everything we have said on Julius Berger, we should say even more to the Ministry of Works that awarded the contract. There is no evidence they have the power to revoke the contract, and they have the power under the law to get that part of the payment for which they have no work, to recover that money to public treasury and award the contract to another contractor under clear terms of contract execution.
The Senate President emphasized the Chamber's readiness to enforce accountability and ensure contractors fulfill their obligations.
Since we have summoned the company and the company has rebuffed the summons of the National Assembly by implicating the Senate, then we should immediately take the next step of issuing a warrant of arrest to compel the managing director of JB to appear before the Senate committee. And then you fix a date. Those in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu will present the 2025 Appropriations Bill to a joint session of the National Assembly on Tuesday next week. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, disclosed this during Thursday's plenary session. The Appropriation Bill will contain budget proposal for the 2025 fiscal year.